Hello and welcome back to my channel and welcome back to this 30-day challenge. Today I have a really nice leg stretch for you, or class focused on leg stretching. I did a lot of walking yesterday and my legs are really tired, and so we do need some props. I'm going to use my dog's ball. If you don't have a small ball or like a tennis ball or like a myofascial release ball, that's okay. You can roll up a pair of socks. It works really well. And you'll also need a strap. I'm going to use, again, the magic circle just because I like the way it works for my body, but you can use a rolled up towel. You can use a scarf, you can use your dog's lead, anything that just brings your foot closer to your hand. Have that handy, but we won't start with that. And then 2 blocks. Again, if you don't have blocks, that's fine. You can use books. I do recommend using something rather small like this because we'll use this for to release our calf muscles, which especially if you also live in the Lisbon area, it's probably pretty tight on your body as well. But anything like about this height, and then just something else around this height, maybe even taller. You could use a chair and walk your hands down the legs if you need to go deeper. So go ahead and grab that. This won't be a super long class, but it's a good one when your legs are feeling tired or when you're feeling tired, because ultimately getting the circulation going through our legs can really boost our energy, and I know I need that little boost today. So when you're ready, meet me on your mat, and we'll start with the ball or rolled up socks, whatever you have. And you want to just bring the ball underneath the foot, put a little bit of pressure on that foot, and start to roll the foot on that ball. And I'm actually going to stay bent like this, not because I don't fit in frame standing, but because when my legs are tight, my low back tends to be tight as well. And for me, this is stretching the muscles of my low back. So if you don't want to stay like this, if this is uncomfortable for you, go for it and stand all the way up. You don't need to be folded. It's just helping me release my low back today. But make sure you really are, this should be slightly uncomfortable. So make sure you're really putting some pressure on that ball, getting into all of the bottom of the foot. And this is nice, not only to release the muscles in the foot, but it's also good for the circulation in the foot. And again, I say it all the time, but we really don't take a lot of care of our feet, myself included. 1 or 2 more rolls. Very nice. And switch. You might already feel like a little bit tingly in that right foot. So bring the left foot down. And again, make sure you're putting pressure into it as you roll. You might notice that one foot's a little bit tighter than the other. It's okay. Keep rolling around and massaging. And especially if you're slightly folded like me, you're gonna feel that right leg working a lot. I mean, even if you're standing, you will. But this is also, standing like this is also helping me kind of work into my lower leg, which is feeling really tight today. A couple more massages here. And if this is feeling really good, you can always pause the video and come back to it. And then when you're ready, release So you'll bring your block or your book down to the mat. Go ahead and grab your other block, or have your hands on the chair if you're using a chair. And you want to bring the ball of the foot, so the space just under the crease from where your toes is, to the long edge of your book or your block. Spread your toes really wide and then release them over the block. And bring your hands, you really want to be leaning forward here. So, well, should I say, it's better for you to lean forward. You're going to want to lean back, because the more forward you go with the upper body, the more intense this will be. So the tendency will be to pull out. If you can, like, really, really come forward. And this back foot is here to help stabilize you. So it's slightly further back than the right foot. Still working really hard. And then as much as you can, try to keep that right knee straight, but not locked. So locking is when you like really overextend the joint. This actually doesn't do us any service towards stretching the muscles. So chest is pulling forward. This is really intense. So try to deepen your breath as much as you can. If it's not intense for you, one, I'm very jealous, but two, you can come further down. That's a lot for me today, but I'm here. I'm going to try to breathe through it. And this is more of a yin style class, or even maybe hatha, than a traditional vinyasa class. We are just going pose to pose. We're moving slowly and we're staying to really get a deep release in these muscles and joints. And so start to bring a small bend into that right knee, just until you feel the stretch start to move down the calf. And breathe here. Keep pulling the chest forward. And start to first bring the back foot in. You'll slowly roll up. Shake it out. I love this feeling. You might want to take a few walks around. For me, it's like a mouthwash for the lower leg. And then when you're ready, you'll set up the other side. So the ball of the foot comes down. The right foot can step back slightly. And then you'll bring your hands down, pulling the chest forward. So again, both sides of the body are really different. What you need on this side could be something completely different. Go ahead and care for that. So if your hands need to be higher up, or if they need to be lower down. If the back foot needs to be closer in, I think mine does on this side. And then come into some stillness, really deepening the breath. Keep taking deep breaths. Sorry for my silence. I'm still here with you. I'm just a little tired today. I don't have very much to say because I'm also in this pose, going through my own experience. Start to bring a small bend into the knee. And it's one of the interesting things about teaching in this format is I'm also doing the practice with you. And it's really easy to kind of go into my own practice in this format since energetically I don't have other people around to focus my attention. But I'm here with you. I also apologize, I have a bit of an allergy or cold today. And start to release. Go ahead and come onto the toes, bend the knees. Bring the knees down to the mat. And you'll sit back onto the heels, making sure that the heels are in line with the ball of the foot. The shoulders are over the hips. You're sitting up nice and tall. And after this calf opening and massage with the ball, this should actually be pretty nice. So, or maybe not nice, but less intense than perhaps it normally is. But we're still getting a little bit more into the toes, which we haven't yet. Very nice. And start to release. Bring the legs around in front. And so you might want your strap here. I will actually, I think, use a block, but if you want, you'll place your strap around the balls of the feet. And you want to make sure that, that you have more or less a flat line here, so that both sides of the foot are pressing into the strap. Sit up nice and tall, and you're just going to pull the toes back as you pull the chest forward. So you want to straight back here. We're not rounding. We're actually just really digging into the backs of the legs. I have really long arms, so for me, using a block is pretty accessible. But if it's not for you, again, the strap works really well here. Just make sure that both edges of the foot are pressing into the strap. And it's one of the downfalls of this is if I use this, because it's curved, it actually makes my ankle sickle a little, and I don't get a good even stretch on the legs. That's why I'm using a block today. And try to lift out of the lower back as you pull the chest forward. Very nice. You can release the block or strap. Bring the hands on either sides of the knees. And from here, keeping this, this angle in the spine, wherever that is for you, maybe it's straight, that's okay. Keep this angle and just let the shoulders and head round down. So again, not forcing anything. Start to slowly roll up. And we'll make our way onto our backs. So once again, you'll grab your strap, place it around the ball of the right foot one more time. You can keep the left knee bent here. You're going to move that right foot over towards the left, making sure the toes are pulling back toward the face. You can bring the strap only into the left hand if you'd like. And you want the right hip to stay on the floor. So depending on where you're tight, you might feel this in the outer hip. For me, I still feel it in the calf and lower leg, just because that's where I'm tightest, especially after walking so much yesterday. Try to relax everything else so that only that right foot is active. And bring that right foot back to center. Release the prop, or actually you can keep it if you'd like. You're going to bend that right knee towards the right armpit. So this might be enough for you just to have the knee like this. If you have the flexibility, you can use the strap to help you come into a half happy baby. But don't force this, because if you're here with the knee holding towards the outside of the body, you're in the exact same pose. And we don't want any hurt knees. So if you start to do this and already you're feeling like a pinching in the outside of the knee, please stop and bend the knee once again. But if you have the flexibility, you can be here or even grabbing the outside of the foot. And then I like to use the other leg as a counterbalance, so letting the knee kind of fall out to the left. And if you're not okay in this pose for whatever reason, it's a really vulnerable pose, so depending on depending on how you're feeling today, this may not work for you. You can just have the knees into the chest here. And then come back to center. Take that right ankle, cross it over the left knee. Bring the knee into the chest. And if you can today, go ahead and straighten the left leg. Holding on wherever it's comfortable for you. Just working into both the left hamstring and the outer right hip. But here, the tendency can be for this right knee to start to come in, collapse into the body. It might be nice to use that right hand to continue to move it away. So left hand pulls that left leg closer, and the right hand guides the right knee away from you. And this can be really intense as well, so try to deepen the breath as much as you can. And release. And we'll slowly start to move to the other side. So bringing the right foot to the floor, knee bent, bringing the strap around the ball of the left foot. Flexing the toes toward the face. The strap can come slowly into the right hand as the left leg starts to make its way over to the right. And again, the hip stays down here. You're looking for something through the outside of that left leg, either up here in the outer thigh or maybe in the lower leg, just depending on where your tension is. And you want the hand, the shoulder, to be relatively relaxed here. I'm having a bit of difficulty today relaxing through my shoulders. And so set yourself up so that despite the intensity of these stretches, the rest of the body is comfortable, relaxed. Really feel that left hip heavy, dropping down into the mat. And London's woken up, so she may visit us here in just a moment. So again, you'll start to bend that left knee in. You can either be here with the left knee towards the outside of the armpit. This is great. This is an amazing stretch, and this may be what you need. If you have the flexibility and you don't feel any pain in the knee, you can come into a half happy baby, reaching for the outside of the left foot or using your strap around the foot to start to open the leg up. Wherever you are, you're pulling that knee to the outside of the body. So think of diagonally up towards that left shoulder. And then the right leg can fall out as a counterbalance. And again, depending on how you're feeling today, this might be a little too vulnerable for you, and that's okay. You can just hug the knees into your chest. This is a pose that can bring up a lot of difficult emotions, especially if you have any sort of trauma. And for me, it was a pose that for a really long time I avoided because of my own experiences and my own difficulties with the vulnerability of the pose. And sometimes I still feel that, and it comes up, and I don't feel safe here. And ultimately, you should feel safe in your yoga practice. So if this isn't feeling safe for you, that's okay. Pull the knees into the chest. And come back to center, cross the left ankle over the right knee. Start to bring the right knee into the chest. Use the left hand to press that left knee away from you. And then if it feels good, you can start to straighten that right leg. Use the strap here if you'd like around that right foot. I'm going to have to on this side because this side is so much tighter. Make sure that both feet are active here. Toes pulling back towards the shins. As you move through the pose, you can always adjust as you start to open up, create space. Slowly start to release. Bring both feet down to the floor. Grab your block. Place the block underneath your hips at the lowest level, or your book. You can even use a pillow or a rolled up towel here. And let the legs float straight up. So if the block is in the correct space, this should feel really effortless. Let the knees bend. And today I'm going to reach my arms up and over, grabbing opposite elbows. But feel free to do whatever feels good with your arms today. Take some really long exhales. Let the knees fall into the chest. Pause here for just a moment, feeling the weight of the thighs and the belly. Bring the feet down to the floor. Press into the feet to lift the hips off the block. Remove the block. And when you're ready, make your way up to a comfortable seat, rolling over onto one side, gently pressing up. And And I want to thank you so much for joining me today, for taking this time to release the lower legs, and I hope you enjoyed the practice. I hope you feel energized. I hope your legs feel a little bit lighter, and I hope to see you soon on your mats. Thank you so much.